Hello there.
According to the comments section, Boardwalk Empire Season 3 is one of you guys' favorite seasons or the best season of this show. So I'm hella excited to start Season 3. Ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to leave that, stuff up in the intro because it is what it is. We continue, we move. And as of this time, I am yet to upload the finale reaction. In fact, I plan to upload it after I finish this reaction. I like to, upload videos when I have videos of that show or whatever I'm watching in the tuck ready. Not ready per se, but like at least recorded. I don't know, that's just the way I work. I like to get ahead of things sometimes. So yeah, what's going on, guys? My name is Elie Moses, a 24-year-old law and film student here for Australia. Absolutely shooting a shot. Today, we are up to episode 1 of Season 3 of Boardwalk Empire. This one is titled Resolution. I'm excited to see what's in store this season, especially after that final concluding montage in episode 2. In Season 2 to the Lost. So yeah, let's find out what's in store for us at the beginning of Season 3. Let's see if we do a time jump. Let's see where our characters that are still alive are. Let's get into it. Let's have some fun. Let's go.
How long is this gonna take?
Oh,
It's not moving.
I forgot that actor's name, but I know who that is.
Where's Walt Wallet when you need him, huh?
Gasoline alley, right?
A wrench or something?
I don't see how it could have been a wrench.
Or a solvent of some type?
Well, naturally, but
Yeah, I grew up in Sicily. Sperlinga. We had olive oil, not, what do you call, 3 in 1.
look, mister, I didn't mean anything by it. Come on, Regina.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was gonna happen.
What else could it be? Here. Could be this. Or maybe it could be this. Or this. You fucking piece of shit.
Yo, poor old man, he was just trying to help with the car, with the flat tire. I didn't think much of it. Here we go with another hothead character possibly being introduced to Boardwalk Empire, ladies and gentlemen. Is it me, or I think... I could be wrong, but I feel like the color grading has changed this season so far a little bit. I feel like it looks a bit more dull. And that could be due to, the overcast weather, the rain. But it did look dull in that opening sequence right there, and I'm not sure if that's intentional. The set design in the show is so good. It's so good. I love how the camera is, moving back here, revealing our characters.
Nothing like a hot coffee on a cold morning, eh? Good breakfast? I tell you, when I was a kid, I never ate breakfast.
They did say winter was
Never
coming.
had any food. But now, it's my favorite meal of the day. My kids, I make sure they always start the day with a hot meal. It's funny, some people, how they say they'd never steal, but you've got a family, kids to take care of, you'll do anything.
Is Manny gonna be like Nucky's enforcer now? Like, this is like a big ass Wilson Fisk muscle to have around, man. Like, obviously it seems like they're in league with one another, but I love how, we ended season 2, or like one of the final moments of season 2 was, Nucky committing a murder, and then he gets home, to Margaret and tells her that, he was just out with James Darmody, and he's decided to re-enlist again, and he hides that monster within. But I feel like Margaret was able to see through him in that situation, and obviously tell he was lying. And then obviously we have the montage, and then we see them having a toast, and Margaret, with the trust deed signing that off to the church, and then we begin season 1. The opening sequence with Nucky is him, with a guy tied up. Like, they're evil individuals, man.
Which is why I'm not angry. What's your name again?
Nate.
Really, I'm not. I mean, you're a thief, right, Nate?
Mr. Thompson.
You steal things for a living. Isn't that correct?
Answer the man.
This is a scary Nucky Thompson here.
Yes.
The way he's talking to Nate here.
So on the one hand, we have you, Nate, a thief, On the other, we have Mr. Doyle here, who owns a warehouse in which he stores booze. One night, Mr. Doyle leaves the aforementioned warehouse unattended while he answers nature's call in the outhouse. The thief, spotting an opportunity to feed his family, comes in and robs the warehouse with an unknown accomplice. Now, I ask you, Mr. Doyle, what do thieves do?
Beg pardon?
It's a simple question. What do thieves do?
They steal things?
Correct. That's their job. They steal things. And warehouse owners?
Store things?
Right again.
Elementary class, man.
In this scenario, wasn't doing their job. The thief, whose entire reason for being is to steal things, or the fucking imbecile
Warehouse
who left
owner.
the warehouse full of liquor unlocked while he was taking a goddamn dump.
The imbecile?
The imbecile.
Hey, you gotta respect Nate's hustle. Nate's hustle, man. He saw the opportunity, he tried to seize it.
I'm not angry, Nate. You were only doing your job.
Thank you, Mr. Thompson.
But hey,
Who's your wheelman?
Roland Smith.
Roland Smith.
he's still gonna get taken out.
Untie him.
Oh, he thinks he's gonna get off here.
Before you do, put a bullet in his fucking head.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Please! No! No! Please!
Certain people you do not steal from.
There we go again. Cut to the wide shots, man. Every time a bullet is put in someone's head or there's like an impactful death, man, cut to the wide shots. What was the film? I talked about it in season 2, but there was a film recently I saw which had its headshots or like the cut to a wide shot with multiple characters. I don't want spoilers for this film. It was a horror film, okay, featuring what's his name again? I'm trying to remember. Thomas Jane. I think you guys know which one I'm talking about. I don't want to mention the name because I don't want spoilers for that film. But yeah, beautiful cut to the wide shot here and how the framing is divided with the 3 windows. And obviously you got Mickey Doyle in one and Manny in the other committing the shooting and the blood stains on the window itself. Oh, man, fantastic stuff. And what I loved about that scene right there is Nucky is actually a scary individual. And I feel like we're starting to see that a bit more. You know, the way he was conversing with that Nate fella, you think to yourself, yeah, he's obviously, he'd make a great interrogator. Honestly, he'd make a great police detective, I feel like. The way he was able to nice him up, make him feel comfortable, and think the situation was all about Doyle. And yeah, he thought he was getting off easily right there. And then it made him give up the other accomplice that quickly. You know, making him feel comfortable, making him feel like he was going to be untied. And the way he was talking with Nate, it was, you know, typical political Nucky Thompson talking, I feel like, you know, so eloquently spoken, but, you know, he was so well versed. And the tone of it, like that's the scary part of Nucky Thompson. Oh, so good. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but so good.
Philip, the serving spoons need polishing.
Right away, ma'am.
Old Lang Syne.
The audacity of Margaret to get a new house
Scottish for long, long ago.
or renovate this house
Tonight.
and
Yes,
get new
dear. The
paintings
moment the clock strikes midnight.
Daddy says I could stay up till 1923.
and go behind Nucky's back.
Bragging Teddy.
A lady who flies an aeroplane?
Can you believe it?
Carrie Duncan. She'll be the first person to fly non-stop across the entire continent.
She takes off from Cape May in the morning.
Just as soon as she finishes bobbing her hair.
Oh, shut
That'll
up.
be all, Philip.
Yeah, exactly like his father said. He notice
I have a meeting. I'll be back in a few hours.
how he laughs at the other joke with the guy dissing the woman. And yeah, so
The
stuck in
ice
his
will be
ways, Teddy.
delivered at 1. Make sure it's clean and chipped into pieces.
It's a mini hard. Why are we getting a Sphinx in here? Like a mini one? What the heck is happening? Alright, Gillian, what are you up to this season? I'm interested. I'm very interested.
I'd like to introduce Evelyn, who will be joining us here at the Artemis Club.
Hi. That was lovely, dear.
Now, a few points of business.
What in the Rivendell's going on
The
here?
festive nature of the holiday, We can expect more than the usual amount of inebriation among our guests.
Has Gillian started like an escort club? Like, no offense, but like it looks like she started that because I recognize one of the red-haired chicks, I believe. Is that the one from Philly? Has she started her own escort club? Like, I feel like Tommy is gonna be exposed to the worst of the worst here. Like, are these girls gonna all kiss his little winky? Like, what the heck, man? Oh, Tommy's done. Tommy, I feel so sorry for Tommy. Oh, new season, new energy, baby.
And requests for you to partake will increase accordingly. Try a darker shade of lip rouge. The Follies
Damn.
are in town, so we can expect a visit from Mr. Ziegfeld.
I read he's back with his wife.
If it weren't for married men, we'd be out of business, dear.
Can we go to the arcade?
Come on now. I'm sorry.
Mr. Harrow is our caretaker, a war veteran.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Run along, darling.
Yes, yes,
Take
yes.
the hecklers
I
out.
ship him. I ship him. I ship him. Him, Richard, and that girl, the one that just came in, the newbie. I ship him. Yes.
Come, dear. See
The-
your room.
The Richard's just babysitting Tommy now. Oh, man. We don't even get to see Gillian mourning the death of her son or like her actual reaction or initial reaction to finding out he passed away.
Trunks already. 2 more for my mother.
Or she knows he's dead.
Naples is the moon. The dark side.
He's here. For your wife, straight from the shop. Happy holidays.
1 cup of Don. 4 whiskeys over here. Sit.
Yo, got that guy in the back with that, you know,
So, what brings me to
The
the south side on a
prostitute.
cold winter's day?
as an extra.
You don't mind sending your beer over here?
He just chilling.
Whatever could you mean?
It was settled, Dean. The territories. Now, Jake says you're encroaching.
Is that what Jake says?
You deny it? Without equivocation.
Let's drink. Cello.
Sláinte. Good stuff.
Harder to come by every day.
Now, the reason you gotta respect the boundaries.
As I said, Al. Or, you have some mozzarella in your ears?
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm asking you, are you fucking deaf?
Hey, his kid's deaf.
But I'm sure you meant no offense.
Peace on earth, goodwill to man. Now, the territories as I understood them was that the north side belongs to me. The south is yours. But my pal Spike O'Donnell runs the Kerry patch south to here.
Up to Cass Avenue. North of that's ours.
Then I stand corrected. I believed I was doing business on Mr. O'Donnell's turf with his consent.
And I believe you're full of shit.
What a start to season 3.
Good day, gents.
Fantastic.
Oh, and, say hello to your boy. Or at least, wave.
Okay, now, yeah, that was happening. That was happening. That was happening. You're lucky Al held himself for as long as he did.
It's my fucking kid, John. See, okay. But is it worth the war?
Yes!
Behave yourself, okay? I don't want no problem while I'm gone.
My New Year's resolution.
Woo.
I'm serious.
Resolutions, baby.
A lot of money at stake, huh?
I love what Johnny Torrio just said right there, you know, with the way Al Capone responded to obviously what that guy did, the remarks about his son. And, you know, I see where Al Capone's coming from, completely justified in his actions, but that guy was trying to get a row out of him. He was trying to instigate right there. Mad instigator right there. But I love Johnny Torrio's quote in terms of like what he said right there. Is it worth a war? And I feel like that applies to a lot of the shows such as Sopranos, The Wire, the ones I've watched recently on HBO, even House of the Dragon, which is what I'm watching at the moment currently, and I think is one of the best things on TV this year. But is it worth a war? Think about your actions. Think about what you say. Think about how you respond to what certain people say, and understand your person's intentions before you act out. And like I said, that guy's intention was clearly to get Al to respond like this. And Johnny Torrio was exactly right. Is it worth a war? Think about it. Is it worth a war? And yeah, that simple, you know, 3-word question right there. No, 4 words. Sorry. Is it worth a... My bad. 5-word question. That simple sentence. Oh my gosh, I was thinking. Oh man, I'm all over the place. But yeah, that simple, 5-word question right there has so much impact. And yeah, I feel like a lot of wars could have been avoided if it, wasn't for situations like these where one guy, is a bit hot-tempered and acts out of, instinct immediately.
Later on, I'm gonna see that fuck.
I thought you made a resolution.
But New Year's ain't till midnight.
Give me a drink.
Harry, Jess, how are you?
Good to see you, Nuck.
You met Mayor Bader, our county treasurer, Damian Fleming.
Your old job. Those 2-hour naps must be grueling.
Damn, Damien's treasurer now.
Alden at the Blenheim?
Just for the day, I'm afraid.
So you'll miss my shindig. Too bad.
Duty calls. Or in our case, Secretary Mellon, the grand poobah of the Treasury Department.
Back to Washington on the Express. And with that gorgeous view of the ocean.
I'd say you fellas are getting splashed enough. That article in the New York Times?
Untermeyer's got an axe to grind.
If Untermeyer were the only woodsman. The Veterans Bureau, this business with the oil company now.
Sinclair.
You boys are quite popular with the press.
23 will be better.
It's 24 I'm worried about.
Harding's got a snowball's chance.
Eddie, why don't you show Mr. Smith here the cigar stand?
The Fatibas are quite nice.
He just wants that one-on-one with the Attorney General.
Let's cut the bullshit, shall we, Harry? You fellas are going down, and you're not taking me with you.
Come on, Nuck.
Come on, your ass. 40 grand a month in protection, and that's not even counting the others
40
I've
grand a
sent your
month
way.
is not 5% of
Remus,
what you're making.
Rothstein, Torrio, and every time I open a paper, there's a new goddamn investigation.
Maybe it's time you dismounted that high horse. I seem to recall a few articles about your legal troubles as well.
A year and a half ago. I'm a philanthropist now.
You're a gangster, plain and simple.
I run a tight ship, Harry.
You run an open-air bazaar, alcohol to the highest bidder. In an effort to keep the press hounds at bay, starting soon, I won't be accepting cash directly.
I'll pay Jess.
I'm backing Jess off this. I have a middleman. He'll be in touch.
Oh, is it that Italian fella we saw at the beginning? He's the one that committed that murder?
What do you make of this lady flyer?
That she should spread her legs and leave spreading the wings to her husband.
While we continue to expand our surgical
What's with this hate campaign on Carrie Duncan? Just because a woman did something great, they're freaking salty? It's the time. It's the time period.
We'll have their first clinical experience here at St. Teresa's.
Please.
A teaching hospital.
Oh!
Confirmation. Nurse.
We need a gurney.
Orderly, get a gurney.
I'm very sorry you had to witness that.
Let's adjourn to the boardroom. The new landscaping for our courtyard. We're choosing hedges.
I need a lady's opinion.
Are you thinking cypress or boxwood? My wife is partial to hydrangea.
Well, the ladies always know best.
Honestly, what is this guy going to get up to this season? Like, I just wonder.
Yes, sir. If I could just come in to...
What'd I just say? You want? Come back next week.
The thing is, sir, the company's holding a sales contest. Today is the last...
Who is that?
Some peddler, I don't know. A real lummox.
Man, is Van Alden into sales right now? Oh. My guy's trying to make a living out here.
Fellas, are you aiming to impress your gal?
Hey, he's still on the grind. He got rejected that many times. He kept going back. That's all right. Damn, Richard Harrow. Richard Harrow, calm down, boy. Calm down. Let somebody else win. Yo, if I see him miss a shot for the rest of this show, I'm a flip.
That's enough, pal.
There we go.
Did your dad teach you to shoot?
Actually, it was my sister.
I want to meet his sister. Bro, Tommy
Your
cleaning
dad
up.
was a good shooter.
She painted pictures.
No, she doesn't.
She did. She painted the one in my room.
She's taking me to the movies tomorrow.
Who is?
My mother.
Oh, don't.
I mean, Gillian.
That's what I said. Can we get some cotton candy?
Yo, poor Gillian, man. What has she done to the... She has wired the kid's brain to believe that she is his mum.
Terrific year. Always a pleasure. Happy New Year.
And to you as well.
That's insane levels of hatred right there.
To it.
Like, that is insane. She is the ultimate hater, Gillian. Like, the Twitter haters would be proud to have her.
Margaret Thompson. We met at the holiday luncheon.
Her baby's death, it could easily have been prevented. She miscarried, most likely due to an E. coli infection. If someone had told her to avoid raw milk, her baby would be alive. You're on the board of this hospital, Mrs. Thompson, are you not?
I am.
Then you might be interested to know that we do not provide even the most elementary prenatal care. We do not instruct women in nutrition or hygiene. They are ignorant about their bodies. And what you saw today is the result.
Oh, say how it is.
Expect me to do.
Say how it is.
Nothing.
Spread your wings. You're on the board.
Move along, fellas.
Come on, Margaret.
I want to finish up early.
Don't just donate.
What to do to 22?
Have a say.
Well, look who's slumming.
Where's your partner?
Eating his lunch. Manya, we got company.
I love how he calls him Manya.
I just did, for Christ's sake.
He's hiding in Willow Grove.
Your old neck of the woods.
Outside Philly.
Spare him the interrogation. And leave the body as a message for anyone else who'd like to rob us.
These fuckers need to learn respect.
Yo, these guys are gonna be hard to deal with, man. They're gonna be hard to crack.
New Year's Eve. My wife makes a little party. I do this for you. But I want my own still. My own operation. Friends should not become partners.
Mickey? He's your friend?
What else to call the pots?
Okay, Manny. You have yourself a deal.
You won't be sorry. 3 months from now, I'll be stuffing your pockets with money.
Roland Smith.
Ah, Nucky.
Just make sure he's dead before tomorrow.
Manny's gonna bring the cash, trust me. This guy is old school. He's a man of his word. Oh man. Like, Nucky's got a strong position here.
Very, very sorry. Every day in every way, I am getting better and better.
You're still a murderer. I don't care.
Every day in every way, I am getting better and better.
Yo, are we gonna go on a Van Alden redemption arc here? Why am I having too much fun with this episode here? Like, yeah.
Good afternoon. My name's George Mueller. I'm with the Faraday Electric Iron.
I thought you were the grocer.
No, ma'am. I'm with the Faraday Electric...
Take it on the arches.
Damn. Sales ain't that easy. Hey, maybe he should have taken Mickey's offer a long time ago. Then he wouldn't be struggling this much.
Hey, great party, Nucky.
Yeah, so what the Attorney General Harry said this episode about Nucky being gangster, is he just full gangster at the moment now and is just running these illegal operations behind the scenes, but he still has these connections and political ties? For instance, putting Damien in the position of treasurer. Obviously, you still got the mayor, and he's just regained control. The Attorney General labeled him as a gangster, and I'm guessing he's completely right. He's always been a gangster, but he's had that sort of treasurer role to mask the gangster side of him. But now is he just full-on gangster, and he's just got all these connections here, and he's the former treasurer of Atlantic City, and he's just, basically soloing the whole thing, yeah? On his own. There's no need to worry about elections. There's no need to worry about anything. Obviously, maybe a need to worry about elections to keep those he wants in power. But not himself, per se.
You look beautiful, Mrs. Thompson.
Afraid I'm getting credit where credit's not due. My wife is responsible for all of us.
Imagine it. A worthless desert far as the eye can see. Right there underfoot. A treasure of untold millions.
I can imagine it, actually.
Oh, she did an Egypt theme for the party. Oh, I get it. Hence the Sphinx and stuff like
Excuse
that.
me a moment.
What is it? Bring him down. Just for a few minutes.
Why not?
He's a wild one, this Teddy, man. He's a wild one.
There he is! You must be the boy king.
My boyish charms went out with the horse and buggy. Now, this lad here.
Hello, handsome. And who would you be?
Theodore Thompson, ma'am. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Well, I'm Lillian Kent. But
Yo!
you can call me Billy. All my pals do. He is darling.
When he chooses to be.
Is that a real leopard?
Teddy. With what that furrier dunked me for, I should hope so.
All right then, back upstairs with you.
Hey, Teddy got to mingle with the elite.
For our supper? One more and I will be. Oh, make that a double. Here's how.
Hey, yo, the entertainer doing it, you know, for all the short guys out there. All the short kings. Billie Eilish about to kill it.
Okay.
Oh, I did not expect to be getting babysitter James Harrow this season.
There we go. Jump up.
So I wonder if Gillian's aware of who killed James, or if she thinks he's, you know, passed away.
What are you drawing?
I'm sure she does.
Very nice.
I saw Gillian creeping in the back.
She drew me once, your mother. A long time ago.
What was?
I knew. I saw her creep in the frame. A little bit. It was her dress.
The war.
Is that a suitable topic? What are you boys doing?
Making a picture. Like my mother.
Ooh.
They did that one.
Hey, see?
I'm your mother now.
Biggest hater.
Remember?
Biggest hater.
Yeah.
Biggest hater.
Well, come with Mama. It's time for bed.
Yo, Richard, rebel, bro. Rebel. You're better than this.
Good night.
Had to get the jumper, man. I was freezing. I was literally about to comment before about the Richard Harrow thing. I want you guys to hear me out on this. I don't know if I'm right about it, but there's a recurring sort of theme this episode, or there's a recurring sort of couple of scenes where the men of this show are completely dismissive of women's capabilities. And, you know, like Nucky said, oh, she should just stick to spreading her legs, and her husband spreading his wings. And obviously the guy before, when, you know, Teddy was listening over the radio, and, you know, the guy was dismissive about I can't remember the woman's name now, Duncan, the one that was, you know, flying across the continent. He was dismissive of her capabilities as well, and, you know, just saying she should go back to doing her hair. And, you know, Teddy was the one to laugh at that joke. So yeah, there's obviously all the men in this episode, bar one, Richard Harrow, are completely, you know, downplaying women. And Richard Harrow is the only one that's been, you know, acknowledging, you know, that women can actually do stuff in this world, in this time period as well, that women have talent. Women, you know, have talent to bring to the world, and that is Angela in her paintings. Even, you know, little Tommy was a bit doubtful about, you know, his mum being a painter, until Richard told him, no, she painted my face, and she also painted the painting that, you know, Richard was looking at right there before. So he's the one that truly acknowledges, you know, the talents of a woman. And I think, you know, even this episode, he was, my sister taught me how to shoot. So yeah, it's funny how Richard Harrow is that character, you know, who's, you know, really acknowledging, you know, of women's capabilities and their talents in this time period, whereas the rest of them, all the men are just, you know, being typical men, completely dismissive, and they're only useful for one thing, and that's what Gillian is catering for this episode. He's catering to those men who, you know, only see women as these objects.
Even for me?
Al. Thought Torrio had you on a leash.
Well, he left town and I chewed through it. Whoops.
You really want to do this?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Hey, oh, dummy! Where the fuck you been? Shut your yap and look smart. We got company.
Yo, he sells? Oh, he sells for the florist?
Now, what were you saying?
What's your step, Danny?
This is my joint, Al, on the north side of town. Unless you want to taste what's in that suitcase there. I watch my own step, I was you.
Yo, this guy Lucky Van Alden came in. Yo, this guy's so lucky. He was shivering. He was buckling, man.
Jesus, that was beautiful. I don't know who you are, mister, but you just made a pal.
Oh.
George Mueller with the Faraday electric iron.
Oh, I thought he worked with him. He just coincidentally came in here to do his sales. Okay.
Hey, you married?
I am.
Yeah? How about this? I'm gonna make you a swell bouquet to take home to Mrs. Mueller, huh? What is it, irons you're selling?
Yes, sir. They'll save you hours of...
Yeah, give me 2 dozen, how's that?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
He's so happy.
You got a nice poker face.
He did. He honestly did. That's
hey, you ever want a real job? Just ask around about Deanie O'Banion.
That's former agent Van Alden.
2 dozen.
2 dozen.
The way this is playing out here, Van Alden just saved this man's life. Damn. That was such a great interaction. A coincidence he came through, but Van Alden put that agent Van Alden poker face on and he was ready. He was ready to lay down the law. That was such a good scene. It's great seeing these situations play out to see who's going to be in whose...
And came in day. Patrick, she sat upon his knee. Pat, that's where she sat. The girls would dance for
Is this on level with the Happy Birthday from The Sopranos? Ah, nah.
Move and move and move, but never move their feet. 3,000 years ago, in history we know.
Ah, Nucky.
He ruled for many years.
Yeah, I just love seeing, you know, who's allied with who this episode, where the parties currently stand, who's in league with one another. It's gonna be interesting to see.
How's about them Nefertiti's?
I can't. Luckiest yet alive.
Miss Kent is no typical Corrine.
You speak from experience?
I speak as her landlord, Mr. Yale.
The second luckiest yet alive.
Apartment house of mine on West 57.
A tenant. Now Remus has heard everything.
Remus.
You can tell Remus it happens to be true. Gyp, you made it.
How was the trip down?
And he got a queen along the way.
Believe it?
Near Tabor Heights by any chance?
I spent the last 8 hours washing grease off my hands.
Bet you can introduce us to your date?
Of course. Where are my manners? Scruffy. Meet Charlie Luciano. What's that? She says you remind her of her brother.
In your case, it's a compliment.
Rosetti. Meet George Remus.
Pleasure. Little whiskey to warm you up?
This one's got ice water in his veins. Take a lot more than whiskey.
Take a lot more than that whiskey.
Remus has the good stuff.
Speaking of which, we need to talk. Getting a lot of demand for rum, and that stuff is...
Cleopatra requests your presence.
That's okay. I wasn't really interested in finishing.
Relax, Gyp. It's a party.
I feel like Gyp is going to be Lucky Luciano, but dialed up even more with his temper.
Stir the eggnog. Raise the toddy. Happy New Year, everybody.
This is interesting. Like, there's a lot of heavies at this New Year's party, and I want to, commend the show yet again for making me feel like I'm not even watching a show. Like, everyone is so invested in the character they're playing, it's not even funny. Everything works well. Everything works well with one another in this series. The costume design, the set design, the actors themselves being invested in the character they're playing. It doesn't feel like I'm watching Steve Buscemi play Steve Buscemi, or, I don't know who the actors are for the, the New York boys. But, Lucky Luciano, Maya Lansky, Arnold Rothstein, Remus, like, they're so good at playing their characters. I don't feel like I'm watching a show anymore. It's absolutely fantastic. The way they bounce off of one another, it almost feels like you are there in 1923 Atlantic City in season 3. It's absolutely phenomenal. And I guess the production of this show, I don't know if I had any troubles, but I'm just, talking about the chain of command, possibly, from the creatives down to the producers, the directors, the cinematographer, and everyone on set, I feel like understood the assignment with this show. And I know I'm only up to episode 1 of season 3 here, but I feel like everyone understands the assignment. The message is being, delivered. And yeah, I don't feel like I'm watching actors portray characters. I just feel like, these are their actual counterparts. Like you guys said in season 1, Stephen Graham plays a better Al Capone than Al Capone himself. And these characters here are absolutely fantastic. Like, they're so invested in their roles. This show is hella underrated.
Margaret Thompson!
Like, the guy that plays Remus... Yeah, okay. We got another salty character here.
24 sales.
You don't say.
That's quite a haul.
Not for a closer like George.
Every no is one step closer to a yes.
It certainly is.
Except you're a day late and $1 short.
Yeah, $500 to be precise.
Phil there is the big winner.
Aww. Yo, he
I
only
got
made...
the order slips.
He made
2 dozen
17.
irons. That puts me ahead by 7.
Yeah.
That's swell, George, and you'll certainly get your commission, but the contest is over.
You missed the tally.
10 p.m. you said.
You don't know onions.
Onions? Must be all the sawdust between those cauliflowers.
Okay, so this is the way they're going to portray Van Alden here.
You said 10 p.m., Mr. Gulliver.
It's after hours. Hey, call me Scotty.
I'm sure it was 10.
Now, George, there's a city ordinance that says you can't peddle goods after 9 o'clock.
What? No, I wasn't aware.
Well, sure. Disturbing the peace. That's why the deadline was 9 bells.
My wife and I were going to use the prize money to buy a house.
Oh, come on now. Don't be shot to pieces. Have a drink.
I don't consume alcohol.
Well, me? I'm gonna get slopped.
Hey, go around asking for that guy, Van Alden. You know what? F it. Go down the dark side. Just go down the illegal route, man. Who isn't in this show? Come on. Just send it. Send it.
No sleep and nearly 30 hours in the air. Can you imagine soaring through the sky like a bird? Free. 30 hours to myself is all the freedom I need.
Mom, I'm told we're low on champagne.
Thank you. I'll have the bar restocked.
Yo, is this still a thing? Yo, she ain't even making eye contact.
Years back home.
Give my best to Katie.
Oh, he with Katie now?
Oh, Mrs. Thompson, what a spectacular affair.
What a spectacular affair.
But not this one.
I'm so glad you're enjoying yourselves.
Oh, we are. Very much.
Speak up. Speak
I
up.
was speaking with one of the doctors. He thought it might be a good idea if the hospital offered some kind of instruction for women. Health instruction. Prenatal care.
Oh, really? Which doctor was that?
No, she might get him fired.
I don't recall his name. Older gentleman. His point was the entire situation could have been prevented.
Excuse me?
How's everyone doing?
Spread your wings, Margaret.
Sweet
Spread
enough
your
for you?
spread your
You
wings.
might have to. Your wife's just been lecturing me on our hospital's complicity in a woman's miscarriage.
No, I...
Negligent work?
That's not what I meant.
I'm sure it wasn't. But why are we talking shop on New Year's Eve?
Awkward.
Look, it's Howard Carter himself, back from the Valley of the Kings, with New Year's baubles for all our guests.
Everyone, please come and partake of King Tut's treasure.
Is there alcohol in there?
Mascara brooch for you, Mrs. Landau?
Wait,
A tie pin for you, Doctor?
did they actually manage to get a haul of the treasure?
Step on up, everyone. Please, help yourselves.
These are real diamonds.
Are they just handing this out? Obviously, they must have organized this somehow, but...
Are you going out this evening?
Yes. Meet a friend.
Well, enjoy yourself. And let's look to the future.
She evil, man. She evil. I said she's maniacal. Is that the word? Like, oh man.
I understand there's a game over at the Traymore.
Not if they hear you're coming.
In the mood, George?
Remus shuns gambling. Look, another mummy.
My apologies, gentlemen. Trust you've been enjoying yourselves.
We're getting real friendly. Promised this year I'd stick it only halfway in. As I was saying, I'll do 500 cases a month of rum. Plus,
I need to stop you. I won't be selling you alcohol anymore. Things have changed.
How come?
It's not really your concern.
Exactly the kind of high-handed attitude that makes it...
I've got friends in politics, highly placed friends. As a favor to them, and for my own peace of mind, I prefer to simplify things.
Well, I got money, you got booze. What could be simpler than that?
That I sell to one buyer only. Effective immediately, I'll be exporting exclusively from Atlantic City to Mr. Rothstein. If you'd like, you can buy directly from him.
Ooh!
Well, you could always buy from Brooklyn.
Beloved. Peg leg Lanigan.
Those patties won't sell to Italians.
Sorry, boys. New year, new rules.
Resolution.
Oh, see, that makes sense. Chink I know, runs a laundry. Tells me 23's the year of the pig.
This is a business decision, Mr. Rosetti.
I come all the way down here. Put up with car trouble. We all got the same news. Yeah, but we ain't all in the same fucking boat. I'm getting squeezed on all sides here by every...
Partially stage.
No, fuck you, Frank. Your fucking rat hole bar and your warehouse in Canarsie. I don't see you doing me any favors, amigo. And you smug kike midget, creeping around like a fucking dentist with the ether.
Why don't you watch your fucking stuff?
Why don't you go sit in the corner, short pants? And then there's you.
Are we just gonna take this straight disrespect?
Fucking breadstick in a bow tie.
Okay, now that okay, that is a good diss. Breadstick and a bow tie. That is hilarious. I'm gonna use that one. Yo, fair enough, Gyp. That's Gypsy Rosetti. Like that's a great diss. I'm not gonna lie.
You pasty-faced cocksucker.
You must be tired, Mr. Rosetti.
He's still going.
That can make a man irritable. You need some rest.
I need 500 cases of rum.
You and your men. My guests at the Ritz.
You think I can't float my own hotel room?
I'm making a goodwill gesture. Accept it or not.
How about I make one too?
You'll not do it here.
I'll shit you out like yesterday's sausage, you bog-trotting prick.
Yo.
You're making my decision very easy.
Exactly. Like, why is this guy so tomato red? Like, has he got external pressures or something? Or is this how hot-tempered he is? Everyone received the same news, but this guy's sticking out like a sore thumb.
Nobody here could take a joke.
You said that at the beginning of the episode. Hey. I hope the dwarves got a pay rise. I hope they got a pay rise for this. Surely more than the leprechaun outfits. Surely. Gyp, don't even think about it.
Thanks for a lovely evening. For your kids.
immediately introduced this episode only, and Gyp looks like he's gonna be a real big problem. Man, Gyp made so many enemies in that basement right there in that one scene alone. He was doing diss tracks on all of them. He did a Drake Family Matters addressing all individuals in the beef. He didn't address just Kendrick Lamar. He went at everyone. Oh, man. Oh, I just remembered. Little Tommy was drawing a horse, and I remember it was Jimmy in episode 11 or 12 of last season. He was saddling him up on a horse. That's one of the last memories he had of his dad. And I keep asking myself this episode, when are we going to get a mention of Jimmy? When are we going to talk about, you know, we've obviously mentioned it a little bit with Gillian and Richard, but we didn't even get to see Gillian's reaction to Jimmy's death. Like, Jimmy hasn't crossed my mind that much this episode in terms of, like, what's being played out. The world just moves on without him. It is what it is. Ruthless. It's like The Wire. Remember Omar in The Wire? Just another name.
Sometimes he's hungry still.
Yo, he got some top flowers there as well. That's a great bouquet.
This year will be more lucky.
The game is rigged. I hope he takes that guy's offer up, you know?
We made it. 1923.
Hard to believe, isn't it?
In some ways, I wish the world would slow down.
There are some tall motherfudgers in this show. Like some tall
Good night now.
individuals.
How dare you?
I beg your pardon.
Don't ever drag me into a situation like that again.
What situation?
Your issues, whatever your cause is this time. My name is on that hospital.
As is mine.
And it's not to provide you with a bully pulpit.
You come and go as you please, and I do all that's required of me.
Everything you do is because I paid
Don't
for
pretend you don't enjoy playing the benefactor.
it. You made me a benefactor by giving that land away.
Oh.
I had no
So he knows.
Is it New Year's yet?
Bro, does this kid just spy on them? Like,
Yes, dear.
go to sleep!
Could you not sleep?
Gonna need to call CM Punk up in this bitch. He'll give him a go to sleep.
For the staff.
The bishop's office called.
Yo, that's
They
so
need an answer
typical.
regarding the St. Gregory Award.
When is it?
A week from Tuesday.
What, so does Nucky just have business to tend to, or he doesn't live at the house anymore?
Glückschein!
Maybe I come later.
Yo, we're spending awfully a lot of time with Manny here. Yo, he ruined the new hat! Richard! We know who that was for, but like... See, that's how you pull up to Manny with a shotgun and don't miss. The other guy in season 2 effed up badly. And what did he do? He got like a machete straight through the head, man. Yo, Richard, a savage. Just when I was starting to like Manny as well. You know, it's the game they play. People are going to get hurt in this game. It's their wicked world. So whose side of the fence is Richard going to be on now? Like... Spread your wings, Margaret. Spread your wings. Bro, he just ruined a brand new hat. I just think to myself, I don't want Richard in any danger. But doing what he did right there just put him in a lot of danger. I wonder if they're going to know who did it as well. What a fantastic opening to season 3. Like, I can see why you guys say this is the best season, because the beginning of this is sensational. Like, there's only up from here, right? Who's the new girl?
Miss Kent.
Yes, I knew. I knew it. 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 I knew it.
Surprised? I'm shocked. What happened to Cleopatra?
I'd say she flipped her wig.
So is she not dating the other entertainer, or they're just partners?
Enjoy yourself tonight.
Yo, Miss Kent.
I've never had so much fun pretending I didn't know someone.
Nefertiti. Nefertiti. Nefertiti's. Damn. Yo, see, they all fooled me.
The only place I can truly rest my head.
Well, you're not resting yet.
This guy gotta be the luckiest individual in this show. To have another headquarters for girls, like... Poor Margaret, man. The guy truly is a monster. Like, he's a gangster. It's just the gangster's life. The New Year's sunrise. Oh, no, that's Duncan. Oh, so she flying across... Yeah. Is she really gonna have that freedom ever again? Is she? I doubt it. I doubt it. She tied down, man. She should have listened to Esther, you know, in season 2, in my opinion. That was the best decision she quite possibly could have made. But it didn't go down that way, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. That is a phenomenal opening to season 3. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. The runtime of that, listen, typical standard Boardwalk Empire or HBO runtime, 50 minutes to an hour. Did not drag whatsoever. I, in fact, you know, thought it ended so quickly. I was like, we're already like this much through this episode. When I paused a couple times to, you know, make a few comments, I was like, how are we this far into it already? So much has been, you know, covered. And it's so dense, man, with, oh, so good. So good. It's actually so good. It's so good. That's all I can say. I hope you guys enjoy my reaction. I'm, in fact, going to try and watch episode 2 straight after this. I hope you guys loved it. It's been your boy Elie Moses. This is Boardwalk Empire. Take care. God bless. Peace.